retake of the catastrophe last week. Welcome to my magnificent players. Welcome. I appreciate you going. So, I didn't get fixed. What's that? We have a Dimension Azrael. We had, and we had even you had to step away from momentarily. We get a quick word before we get things started here. We were able to reach out to the Forge, and they were kind enough to help us out with hosted on their site. Thank you to them so much. If you need a place to host your Foundry, be sure to get over there and check them out. Without further ado, on our wonderful players here, we will just go across the board and let them all say what's going on in their neck of the woods, and then we'll get this sessions here going. Azrael, what's happening for you in your streaming career?
Hey, everybody. Right now, not a whole lot of streaming going on, but enjoying gaming and being a part of this community and lots of other like-minded individuals.
I hear you there, man. Awesome. Well, if you get back into it, we'll keep an eye out. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Dimension is going on you and your lovely streaming.
Right now, I'm playing through The Witcher, the first of Witcher, playing the Enhanced Edition. Trying to play through the trilogy if I can make it through all three at some point.
Yes.
I'm not too keen on the combat system in the first Witcher. The story is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, other than all the running around back and forth talking to this person, and then this person tells you to go back and talk to this person. But other than that, the story is really good so far. I finally made it to chapter 2, got a little ways into chapter 2. Just like I said, trying to kind of get past the combat system for now. Other than that, I'm really enjoying it.
Excellent. Yes, it was fun when I did it way back when I did, and definitely could use some polish on the combat. Luckily, they learned that. Just wait till
That's what I'm hearing. That they gradually get better.
Yes.
You know, once you get through all three. So I'm sticking with it.
Much better
enjoying
than 1.
It enough to fight through it. So.
Well, and 3 is much better than 2. So that's the thing. They showed their learning. Ooh.
That's the important thing. You got to improve with your sequels. But yeah, I got that. We do Adventures in Middle Earth on off Wednesdays. So this coming Wednesday will be another episode in Middle Earth. And then I'm over on Jarl of Goats every Wednesday for Death of the Deities.
Yes, and that's been going awesome. So
that's
glad
pretty much the rundown of what I got.
Cool, man. We'll keep it up. I hear you might be doing something on Monday, too.
Yeah, working on it. If we can get scheduling down, we're going to try to get some people together and play through some Left 4 Dead 2 again. Get a 4-man squad and try to do the campaign of that. I used to play that all the time when it came out. Oh, so much fun.
Yeah, and I played it too, but like I said, if you guys need to do it, just go for it, man. It's definitely get that going. That's awesome.
Well, maybe if it gets enough viewership and popularity, maybe we'll have to get a couple different crews going just to satiate all the viewers.
That would be fun. Yeah. Well, awesome, man. Keep it up. And Matt, how are you doing, man? You still doing that Risk?
Yeah, I'm playing Risk every now and then. I'm still doing things casually. I've actually booked in a regular stream though on Saturday night, starting next Saturday, which will be playing through the Borderlands series with a friend. So we're going to be doing that cooperatively. So we'll start at Borderlands 1 and go through. So that will be a regular stream. Other than that, I'm mostly focused on my in-person tabletop role-playing games and getting those sorted. Those are going to be starting up in February, so I have a lot to do before then.
Yeah, those definitely take a lot. I had one today, so they always take a lot. But I find them worth it. That's why we do it, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. And Raven, are you back yet, or are you still away? Sounds like he's away, so we'll get back to him momentarily. Let's kick over to... Since we didn't get to do it last week, would you guys like to kind of give everyone a little info on your character, and I'll pull your sheet up here and show everyone what you're talking about and going through? You have a preference of who wants to volunteer themselves to go first?
I can go first.
Did.
Yeah.
Oop, let me jump up the screen so I can show everyone.
My character is his name is Zidane Cross, but he goes by Zid on the street, and by pretty much to everybody. He does have a couple of other names, but mostly just goes by Zid in most places and most times. Zid grew up in a place called the Zone, or the Combat Zone, and basically his whole childhood and teenage life was scrounging around the ruins, finding ruins, scrounging around the ruins that were found, seeing what could be salvaged, seeing what could be found, getting into places that possibly were locked down, either through security, digitally or physically, and that got him through his early teenage life. More recently, members of his family have started to mysteriously go missing. Very, very strange. And so he started to look into what might be actually going on. And this turned out to be not the wisest plan. He got into a secure digital file that happened to be tagged. And so it was tagged by a corporation. And that isn't good. The corporation has tracked him down. And basically abducted him for questioning, and gone through a pretty brutal interview process about what he was doing. And subsequently, they have, let's say, convinced him that he needs to work for them, or they will, because they have information about his family, where they might be, and who they might be involved with, and they have the power to, let's say, change the situation for his family in a negative way or in a positive way. And so Zed is in this awkward position of not really having any choice in the matter, and that has led him to now being where he is. He is a netrunner, and his focus is access and uncovering secrets. So that's enough, I think, about that.
Very good, very good. Thank you for that. Excellent job. And yeah, I definitely look to see how Zid is going to all this and all the fun you have with it. Definitely going to be a fun adventure. Excellent. You guys have the stream up?
Yes.
Stream software shows that it's running well, but my phone not loading it.
It's fine for me.
Perfect.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Thank you. I just wanted to double check. I'm like, everything looks like it should be fine. Even
Yeah,
the resources aren't as bad as last week, but for some, my phone just decided it doesn't care, show me anything, and I'm like, it's working. So I will know that my phone is being a pill right now and needs to be dealt with. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right. Let's hear it.
Yep. So, my character's name is Lucas Blackstone. He goes by Blackstone. He is a tech. He likes to tinker and make things, fabricate and invent, and his like he was a rich kid. Like he went to like private schools in Europe. He's from England, so he went to like a few different private schools in Europe, and his parents were kind of like not execs, but like middle management for a corporation. They worked for the same corporation, and apparently there was another corporation that didn't like them very much. So one day I was coming home from school, and the door was standing wide open, and there was a necklace like laying on the floor. Um, and I'm pretty sure that like my mom ripped the necklace off like to like let her know that like she'd been kidnapped. So there was a obvious sign of struggle. Um, and yeah, both my parents were basically just kidnapped, and um, I've basically spent my life looking for them. Um, I think kidnapping happens often in this time period we live in. So that basically like what I try and do is, I mean, I did pretty well in school. I took to technology pretty quickly, and I, I just try to use my talents to like help people that can give me information or like to help find them. My ultimate goal is to hopefully find them if they're still alive and rescue them if possible. Um, each year that passes, I lose a little bit more hope, because I'm pretty old, or I'm not like old, but I'm probably like 45, 50 now. And they got kidnapped when I was like 15, 16. So I'm pretty invested in finding them. And I had a meeting with like a corporation that was going to give me information. Normally, I don't really deal with corpse after having that happen.
Understandable.
I'm pretty sure I got an email one day, or maybe like just a text message or something that said, we have info on your parents. We want to trade. So I think they wanted me to like make something for them, or to just like work for them exclusively, and they were going to trade the information for that. It's entirely possible that it's the same corporation that kidnapped them, and they just wanted to kidnap me, because yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm not in a good place right now.
It's Cyberpunk. Everything's always happy
It
and
is.
joyful.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. Well
That's
done.
that.
And yeah, I kind of have a feeling that it's probably Life Tech who nabbed your parents and set up a third-party corp to get you to come in and nab you as well.
Would not surprise me.
You know, it fits well with their current motivations and plans. All right. Dimension, are you ready to do yours?
I can. I'm playing Seamus. He would like people to think he's an Irishman, but that's may not necessarily be the case. His family has, for a long time, pretty much as long as he can remember, been involved in some kind of what's the right word for this? Some kind of business that allows them to gain information, or in the goals of trying to either overthrow some type of government official, or some corporation that's wronged them. He is a fixer, been referred to as kind of a used car salesman, in the sense of he's kind of slimy, but not really slimy, like he can be. He uses most people as tools or a means to an end, unless you get too close to him, or unless you get close to him, then he's pretty loyal to you at that point. He scouts for a construction crew that's kind of part of his family that's trying to get closer to these corporations, so that they can right this wrong that's done to them. And he's actually connected to Raven's character. We're friends from way back. I bring him banged up individuals for him to patch up, so that we can both gain clout and gain standing.
Awesome job. Awesome. Raven, welcome, welcome. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Just run down over everyone's characters. Since you weren't here for it, would you like to give everyone a rundown what's happening in your world? And then you can give us a rundown on your character.
Let's see. Well, with Dimension 119 and the Griffin's Nest, even though we're on a bit of a hiatus, we play Starforge. I don't know if you mentioned that. And the Griffin's Nest and I are also working on an RPG called the Mage Hack. And with that, it's a hack of a black hack. Also inspired by the Mecha Hack. And it's basically there's currently 4 types of characters, like a role or a class, and they're all magic users, and I guess, and then there's lots of spells to choose from to customize your character and stuff. So we're still play testing. We have to work on it some more before we play test again, using the feedback from last time. And then everything else is a bit on hold, 'cause in the next few weeks I'll be a father for the first time, so waiting for my son to be born. And after that I might start running a Harbinger campaign, so I'll be off work for a few months to help my wife out, so I might squeeze in a little bit of running a campaign or something. So
Nice.
that might be good. And if not, if there's other yeah, it was the Griffin's Nest DJ is his name. We we're working on other supplements once we get the Mage Hack done, so that's gonna be busy for the next while.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, cool. I'm sure no one did anything crazy last test run on Mage Hack, right?
Oh no, not at all. But it's good. We like to experiment and figure out where there might be problems or what potentials could lie. We don't want it to be, try to make it as balanced as possible. And for this game, I am playing a medtech by the name of I forgot his name now. His name is Raphael Fantome, I believe is the name I ended up with, because a few variations of him. And then let's see, where is it? And he goes by the handle Terminal Ghost, partly because he is a med tech, which sort of, he's a doctor, so he deals with patients that are probably terminal if he doesn't do something. But he's also a bit of a combatant. He's good at hitting things and shooting, but he prefers shooting with a bow and arrow because why not? No, he surprisingly, he's a big individual, just massive, muscular, but also just large in general, bulky. But he is very good at things like stealth and stuff. So he prefers to be quiet, surprisingly. But if melee range, he probably will hurt you. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of visible cybernetics and stuff. He looks pretty, for the most part, pretty untouched. He has a few maybe subdermal stuff, things that won't be seen readily. But he does have a pair of smart glasses to augment himself, to help him out with different things. So yeah, and his parents were edge runners, and he hold on. Music keeps going loud.
You change the global volume, or do you change the track volume?
That's what I haven't done. I was talking
Okay.
and I forgot.
You want to make sure you go up and change the global volume.
So yeah, his parents were edge runners. So he grew up moving around a lot. He's from France originally, and he made it here to NUSA. Is that it? Where we are? I think.
Well, we'll get to
and-
that.
Well, he made it to North America. Maybe moved around a bit more, and a trusted family friend betrayed him and his family, and he is basically they're no longer edge runners and stuff, and he's separated from them. He was young teenagers when he met. I think when we Nathan and I are his character met up Seamus. So he values friendship. So Seamus is probably his number one friend, his best friend. But he's met a few others. Some taught him a bit of medicine. Some who have been maybe like surrogate parental figures, things like that. But he tries to still keep things low key. He's just nomads and fixers bring him clients who don't want to go to more to hospitals or stuff to get where things are tracked.
Right.
Things if they need some under the table surgery done or some maybe pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. And I guess Seamus supplies them, or basically all the fixers come in. They come in, they have to bring some supplies with him. He doesn't carry a lot himself. And yeah, that's about it. So he keeps simple life right now. He just tries to live his life. I forgot to also mention he's dressed pretty much always in a tracksuit. Some people call him the tracksuit doctor, mostly Seamus, I think, and he doesn't state whether he likes it or not. He just accepts it as a sort of a nickname.
There we go.
And yeah, that's what I had the picture at one point. I'll put it back up. So yeah, and it's disappearing. But that's what he looks like. Big bald guy with his
Have him up
smart
on
glasses.
have your page up as well on the stream.
Oh yeah, there. So yeah, that's Raph.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And so glad we were able to actually get this streaming well. I've barely seen it dip under 5K or dip under 6K per second bit rate. So we were doing so much better.
Yeah, it's fine.
Resources haven't hit 100. It's bumped to 90s a bit. Oh, just as I say that, it bumps just a little bit to hit 100, just barely though. So that's good. Everything across the board is much more stable. It looks like everything's great to go, which is so nice to know after last time. So, I know you mentioned that Terminal and Seamus know each other, are friends. Do Blackstone and Zid know each other, or are they unknown?
Sounds like they
and don't know
might.
each other?
They grew up
Maybe.
similar places, and similar things have happened to them, so it's possible.
Possibly. We may not we may not know each other, like seeing each other, but like maybe we ran in the same circles.
Yeah, and it's up to you guys. I'm just, for roleplay purposes, do you guys want to know each other or not? It's completely up to you guys.
I should mention. I think I mentioned that nomads have also come to Terminal because of his under the table stuff, and I think Azrael, you're playing a nomad.
Azrael's not playing that. No, Azrael is playing the tech.
Oh, sorry. That's sorry. Oh, so he's not with it. Okay, the other
Nope.
guy.
Yep.
Yep, the other two
They'll come in
are
later.
MIA. So
Yeah, they'll come in later.
if they do, they do. We'll
Oh,
see.
you're playing the tech. That's right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Skinny's
playing the tech.
Is the nomad, right? Okay.
Yep. So we currently have a tech, a net runner, a med tech.
And a fixer.
Yes, a fixer. My brain went blank there for a minute, and I was like,
Cool.
I mean, that's a pretty good group to start with.
mm-hmm. Those are good skills. Those are good skills. I know Raven was considering doing the exec, but he was bouncing between that and med tech. And I kind of mentioned to him, you can do it if you want, but the only thing that you get from the exec is the exec skills, which is to have employees, as it were, right? And some more diplomatic skills.
Mm-hmm.
And a weak version of a solo, opposed to what you'd have with medtech. Because the other thing is the net runner, but you guys already have a net runner, a good net runner.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him, pick which one you want. Apparently he decided he wants to go with his doc there, which is pretty cool.
Well,
'Cause-
it's the bodyguard we could get with the exec, so like a soldier type, and yeah, we needed the medical, which they had some access to it, but
Right.
I basically just made both.
Right.
All in
And
one
awesome.
character.
yeah, you basically made yourself a medtech who's decent in combat too. So you took both roles yourself anyways.
It's great.
So you have physical
Yeah, why get
and
want someone
machine
to do a
tech
job
both
when
in the
you can do it
group.
better yourself, right?
Right. So yes, Terminal, I see there, Raven, that Terminal has his skills there for rollability. The rollability of Zid is just interface, so there's no
Correct.
distribution that needs to be done. Seamus, I did see on your roll skills, you have that now. I saw that it wasn't there before. Yours is Haggle, you're all set to go. And then Blackstone, on yours, you do need to distribute your 4 points to the type of maker you want to do.
All right. Let's see.
Do you know the difference between those 4?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So like, field expertise is basically like repair in like during combat.
Yep.
Fabrication is done outside of combat. Like I take time to actually make things. Invention is the natural progression of fabrication, where I create something and come up with a blueprint, and then I have to fabricate it. And upgrade is I can upgrade anything. So,
Yep.
same guy. How many do I have?
Let me verify.
points?
I think I recall, but instead of assuming I remember correctly, I'm going to look
Sure.
at that quick.
Yeah.
Fairly certain, about 80% sure anyway. I remember now, but
Oh, you gain for every rank. First rank, you get a rank in 2 different maker specialties.
you get 2. Right?
Whenever, so every one gives you one,
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm
you would have,
at 8 points.
correct, 8 points to distribute amongst the 4 of them.
I think
Scott Dog Raid. Welcome, Scott. How are you doing, man? Did you have a great time with your Skyrim there? I saw that and it was awesome.
Welcome in.
Scott, and oh yeah. So for the the most you can have in any one is 4 because we're starting off at
Yeah.
4. So
So I've got mine set.
Well, that's interesting. Apparently it decided I'm not currently logged in on the streaming software, even though I am streaming.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, let me know if let me know how it looks whenever you use it. I think it's
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. That was
I'll
crazy.
put-
No, never seen it do.
Three into fabricate.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
Three into repair. 3 into repair, 2 into fabricate, 2 into upgrade, and 1 into invent.
Yeah, it's basically wherever you like to invest your skills. If you look at Terminal, you'll see he has to distribute his that way as well, but he only gets 1 for 1 up.
Oh man.
However, if he puts 1 point in surgery, he gets 2 points in surgery. So it's one of those things you have to decide, where do you want your points to be, because you only can go up to rank 10. And that's where the hard thing is.
Let me go back and look again, really, but
Yeah,
you can keep going if you want. Because I need to.
Yeah, and we have time. We have time to do that, man. You don't need to be in a rush to get it done this second. I just want to make sure that was aware, because those will come into play probably within the first couple of sessions. So.
Oh, not that one.
All right, let's quickly jump over and look at everyone's dossiers.
So I did not pick the fixer ability. I guess that was just added there.
Yes.
Am I understanding? I'm understanding that there's tiers of operators ranked 1 and 2. Do I pick from one of those 4 that's under that in the book, or
no,
automatically have all those?
Yeah, as a fixer, you have that skill called Haggle. Now, what does Haggle do? Well, Haggle has a number of different aspects that it can be used for. So you have all of those at that rank below.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you said fixer. If you go to page 159, that should give you your details on your operator levels.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and I wasn't sure if we're operator rank 1 and 2, if I got all 4 of those, or if I had to pick from one of the 4 that's under that operator rank.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you get everything there.
Gotcha.
Yep. But for the ones that you just have 4 ZIDs, right? He has a interface rank. It's just 1 skill. And that means his interface allows him to do different things in his net running. And he only has that 1 role ability, that 1 rank in it. And it actually gives him a number of aspects based on that. Primarily how many moves he can make in the net.
Yeah, and currently that is 3 actions in the net per round.
Yep, so you can either do 1 meat action or 3 net actions. And sometimes taking the meat action is going to be the thing to do, for anyone wondering, because sometimes you need to put a round in that guy's head more so than get deeper into the net architecture, because he's about to open up on you with his assault rifle, and that's going to rip you to shreds. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. However, sometimes the opposite is true. You got to go with your net actions, because you got to get that turret turned off before your teammate get in line of it and get ripped to shreds, right? So it's one of those things that's really kind of fun. You get to pick which way you're going to go with it and try to evaluate which one's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck.
Now I see why upgrade is really good.
Yeah.
So apparently I can upgrade it to where I can lower the humanity loss of any non-bulkware cyberware by 1d6.
Yep.
Wow.
Basically cut the humanity loss in half.
It's
yeah.
there's
Wow.
some pretty awesome abilities under every single roll. That's what I love, right? Every roll's ability is just beautiful.
Better. It's it seems way better than 2020.
Yeah, they did a really good job. And mentioned on terminals, right, with his medtech, he has to choose. Does he want to be able to do cryo systems, or does he want to do pharmaceuticals, or does he want to do surgery? Well, surgery is the only one that can fix critical injuries. But pharmaceuticals allow you to have drugs that aren't street drugs, that don't have the side effect of street drugs. And then you have cryo systems. Well, that lets you stop someone from dying and allows you to pause it and get to a point where you can fix them. And it's just, it's beautiful. It's this balance of, I want all the things and I can't have all the things. Which to me, that's how you know a system's done right.
Yeah, basically, I spread them out at first only because I have the first level of cryo systems, which allow me to carry around a cryo pump, which is good if you guys, if I can't do surgery on you right away. I have one level of pharmaceuticals because drugs. No, there is one that will remove the negative effects of a street drug. So it works. If we decide we want to take some street drugs, then I can remove the negative effects of them. And then obviously put 2 points into surgery because that's, yeah, nobody else can do it. Well, in the party, I didn't
Correct.
take paramedics because almost everything in paramedics is duplicated with surgery. So
Yeah.
it's not meant for me. It's meant for someone else to take it.
It's if you don't have a med tech in the group, you want to make sure someone has it because it is almost can do what the med tech does, but not as good, not as focused, not as high quality. But at least lets you
And-
try to do some.
But it also costs more.
Yeah, X2.
Double the. Which, yeah, if you don't have med tech, you want at least one person to take it, even a few ranks. And
Yep.
first aid, I have obviously 2 ranks minimum. I didn't put any more into it because I chose not to. I don't know if anyone else did, but basically the only thing I can't do with surgery that paramedic and first aid can do is stabilize. So that's what I said. If I have to stabilize, I could put luck points into it. If not, then someone else can try.
So I'm willing. So I've got 2 obviously in first aid because it's required. But I'm willing to go to 4. I can drop some from somewhere else.
Well, that's the thing, like you
Um,
said, everyone does have 2, right? So everyone in the party can try. Because everyone has 2 ranks. Now,
But
that being said,
it's probably gonna fall on me because it's a tech ability,
I was about
and
to say that. Yep.
my base is 10. So
Well,
um,
I think more than one of us is at an 8 tech.
Yeah, you and Terminal
yeah.
are both
All right.
Tech 8.
Also,
So I'm like the backup healer, which is fine.
Well, I was about to say Zid is also at Tech 8. And
okay.
Seamus is the only one who's not at Tech 8 in the party. So everyone other than Seamus has a base 10 on their check for doing the
All
stabilize.
supporting the fixer. Fixer just gets carried.
that's what he brings people to me to get fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it. This is shaping up to be a great group, guys. I love it. I'm so excited to see how this goes with the 4 of you.
Yeah, I think I almost went with the cybernetics. I think it's a med scanner that gives me +2 paramedic and +2 first aid. Well, the paramedic was useless. The first aid, I had to get a cyber arm for 7, humanity lost, and then the med scanner for another 7. So 14 humanity lost for a +2 first aid. That wasn't worth it. that,
Really rough.
Just sink your first IP that's earned into it and call it good. Oh man. 14 loss for a +2.
yeah, that's why I said I went other ways to start the character off. If I find out that we need it, I could put some points into it because I have a lot of stuff. I'm comfortable where they are, so I'm okay with first batch of points to put into there. Oh, by the way, yes, he is a doctor, but he is not. He is probably not the smartest in the group.
That'd probably be me.
It's the brains of this partnership fall on Seamus. I think he has a higher one. He's also not very cool, so don't. Hopefully, he won't have to talk his way out of anything.
Anybody have an ant over 7?
Just okay. You're
Nope.
smart compared to.
7.
I'm 7.
Oh,
No, I'm just.
Yeah.
7 is the highest.
7 across the board.
Oh, it's the highest.
Seven.
Wait, I'm
Oh,
at the
yeah,
7. And
I'm just
Zip's at
saying
7, so.
we have 3 7s in the party for int.
Oh my goodness. We have brains plus in the party. Jeez.
It's awesome.
So the med tech is the bodyguard.
Yeah, I keep the body safe. Don't ask me to talk or think of things.
Don't ask him to move.
Can I
Don't
just
ask
double
him to
check
be
something
cool,
with
and don't
you,
ask him to be smart.
DM?
What's up?
So on my physical sheet, it shows electronic security tech at the ×2, which takes two skill points to get 1 rank. And on the digital sheet, it doesn't have that. So I'm just wondering which one it is, because I
Okay.
might have 2 extra points if.
I'm looking at electronic security tech right now on the Forge's Foundry sheet, and it does show X2.
It does show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's double points.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, that's fine.
And yeah, those X2 skills are X2 for a reason. They're harder to learn, but they tend to also
Oh, there it is.
have a little bit
Help a lot.
stronger yields if you get them up. Kind of like
Yeah,
air vehicles are harder to figure out, but if you can get an air vehicle and get around in an air vehicle, I mean, air superiority.
Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna mess, right?
Same thing with martial arts.
Yep. Well, martial arts. That also, martial arts, you get a side bonus of being able to have special moves you can do to disarm the opponent, or a lot of crazy things.
You're getting
And then same thing with heavy weapons and auto fire. That's because auto fire and heavy weapons allow you to wreak havoc on the battlefield. So they want those to be a little bit contained. Now, a few things to be clear for you guys so you're ready for the campaign, right? Every chapter builds upon the previous one. It is kind of the next step in your journey. Which is part of why, when we talked about the name, we went with the one we did for this. So, we're going to keep going. And each part is going to have a different flavor, a different theme, a different flavor, a different style to it. As time goes on, more things are going to be added. Play's going to get a little more complicated. Things are going to be a little bit more available. You're going to have more homebrew possibilities and stuff. And basically, as it goes on, more and more things open up. Things just get bigger, get more. I will say chapter 3 is going to be very much more Edge Runner style, where you guys are able to take gigs in Night City and actually do stuff like that. But that's chapter 3. The first 2 chapters are getting there, and there's a lovely adventure to get there. Not going to go into too much details, of course, because I want it to be fun exploration for you guys, but I'm trying to let you guys see a little bit of the vision so you can make some plans, right? Things you have now, or things you get and can acquire, most of them, if not all of them, can be taken over into the next chapter. So it's not that we wipe and start a next chapter, right? It's the same character, 90% of the same gear and everything. You're just moving on to another area, doing a little bit of different stuff, getting on to the next stage of the adventure and discovery of what's going on. Sound good? Any questions?
Sounds
Oh,
good.
yeah, no,
Sweet. All right. So, each of you have found yourselves in this lovely predicament of the lovely wilds of this world of Cyberpunk, where corps are known to not be concerned with your well-being. You all have fallen under prey of this very benevolent corporation who's only concerned with moving life forward for the world, Life Tech. You all find yourselves unconscious and brought to this facility. you all wake up in what seems to be a bit of like a barrack-style room with some very interesting differences. How many of you have cyber arms? No, you don't.
Oh,
How many of you have other cyberware?
just
No, you don't.
okay.
Now, your
Actually,
gear is missing. Your cyberware is missing. Now, don't get me wrong. You will get all this back later. So that's part of the goal. Yes, it's all missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to ask if
So
my...
we'll get into where status is at here in just a minute. But it sounds like Raven has a question. What's up, Raven?
I'm just wondering if all of my cyber gear is missing, including my subdermal pocket.
Yes.
Nice.
Now,
They were
you
thorough.
look at each other, and you all can see, since you're asking that, you can see, but it doesn't feel the same. And you see a pop-up of above each other's heads with your names, your handles. So, Zid. And you see -R-1. You look over, you see Blackstone. -R-1. You look over, you see Seamus. -R-1. You look over, you see your friend Terminal. -R-1. All meat components. All flesh. But it feels a bit different than what you remember. And that is exactly where we're going to start on episode 1, with you guys waking up, seeing this discovery, and figuring out what in the world is going on. How did you lose your gear, lose your cyber tech, and where are you and what is happening?
Awesome.
So,
This is not concerning at all.
it is? Oh, well, I guess we'll have to find out what happens.
I got a question. Are there scars?
No,
No scars either.
no. Completely untouched. So, any tattoos you had, missing. Any scars you had,
Oh.
missing. It's all just like blank canvas almost.
Our gear is gone as well, he said?
It is. Keep it on your sheets. I'm going to make a
Yeah.
copy of your sheets, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify your sheet to that status. But I'm keeping your sheet for a reason, because all that will come back later. It's just to start with,
So,
things are kind of going to happen to get simplified via this a little bit, and we'll make things a little more interesting. What's up, Raven?
no, that's, wow, okay. This is gonna be fun.
I have a theory, but I won't mention it.
You can mention all you want.
well,
I'm
one
not
was
going to
mentioned.
answer. What's up, Raven?
Dime already mentioned one on stream. Let's see. You could also, if you want, you leave the character sheets and just, well, you probably know how to copy them better.
Oh, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
can copy it. Like, literally, watch, dude. There's 2 terminals now.
That's all we need.
So, yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. I can handle that. That's not going to be a problem at all. It's so easy. I literally just right-click and duplicate, and I can edit the modified one. And I will have the name modified to the -R-1 that I mentioned, and yeah, we'll go with it. It's going to be... It does all part of the story, and that's part of what you figure out in this first chapter. Where are you? What happened? What in the world? This isn't normal. This isn't right. And so you get to start digging now. The question, Zid, you mentioned you found a corp file. Did you ever put any thought into what that is, or did you just leave it open as a corp file that you found?
I haven't at this stage. I could do that. The very basics. Yeah, the very basics were. I was looking for my family. I stumbled across something, and it was tagged.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's the file I'm thinking, absolutely tagged, and
Perfect.
it would be about your family, and you haven't had the ability to decrypt it yet. You stashed it somewhere.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get external net access to find the file and then work on decrypting it.
I love it.
Cool. Want to make sure you're good with it first.
No, man. Like that's perfect. And this character is all about the deciphering. He's gonna be like so honed in on that. Yeah.
Oh, Dine. When we use chat,
I'm muted. What's up?
So when we use chat in VDO, we don't have our names because you'll have to add them
Yes.
to the dashboard, or maybe we'll just use the chat.
I'm going to add them on the overlay. I had done that, but apparently it didn't save. It decided to tell me that my work was unimportant and it wanted me to do it all over again.
Of course.
Oh, if you add it into VDO, when we chat in VDO, we can see names
Okay.
of who said things. Because it's like someone shared a file. We don't know who did.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but unless we have multiple chats. We have Discord, but that may not be open during the game. We have the terminal one over here.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because we have the InFoundry one, we have the Twitch one, we have the Discord one, and then of course there's the video one. So there's 4 different chats.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna just be using Foundry or something because it gets 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we're gonna be in Foundry anyway, so
that's what I was gonna say. Let's pick one and stick with it. If we're just chatting amongst ourselves, let's just stick with that one then, and that way we can all be on the same page together. That's what I was actually going to suggest, coming up with a bot and sticking with.
Unless it's like out of game stuff. I think if it's out of game stuff that we're chatting about, probably on Discord or something else that's not Foundry.
Yeah.
Foundry is for in-game chat. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So Foundry is for in-character or about current game chat, right? Then you have Twitch is with the viewers, of course, and then we have Discord for non-related topics where we talk about when the game's going to be and stuff like that, and kind of coordinate and work on things there. Yeah, I like that idea.
Great.
Great idea. Well done. So, cool. All right. Any other questions or thoughts? Sweet.
So you would just let me paint the scene. So you've presented us with what we're going to be playing, and that's the next session from this. Is that correct?
Correct. This was just making
we're not
sure
doing that today.
All characters are set, everything's prepped. Before we really got into that, I wanted to make sure the stream and everything was good. Everything works well for the viewers to see us. We're all prepped and ready to go, because I wanted to jump off on that actual getting out the door and getting on your mission here, knowing everything's going to work and we can really dig in and focus on it, right?
Yeah. So nobody has any character questions, role questions, gear questions that they need to pass before we...
The only question I have is actually for Seamus. Are you going to fill out operative status details, or did you just put it all on your character sheet?
Where's that at?
If you on the terminal, you can click on character dossier, and then you have the operative status.
I can do that.
It's basically I wanted to get kind of like a bit of a rap sheet sort of thing in there. So basically, if you come up against one of the lawmen, what could they pull up on you? What would the security of this corporation who has you be able to, have as flagged of some details on you. Just to basically, a rap sheet, so they kind of details like that. So it's also going to be used for, how Jarl on the away screen has basically that character info that goes through. We're going to use this on that as well.
Yeah, I've filled most of that out, I think, on
Okay.
the character sheet, but I can port that over. That's no problem.
Yeah, either way, it's also so that you can fill out additional details that don't fit as well on the character sheet there.
Yeah, I did like the rolled life path.
Yeah, I see that.
Reputation player notes. I
Yeah,
can port a
that's
bunch of that
perfect.
over.
Yeah, I did want that there so that we can have the whole life path there in one shot. Did everyone else get their roll life path on there? Looks like Raven, yours didn't take. Zed's didn't take.
Take what, character sheet or the operative?
Character sheet under player notes. I didn't know if you had your. I didn't know if you put your roll life path there, because that's a bit different than it. The operative status is kind of your rap sheet, where the player notes there was going to be your actual roll life path, so that you have that handy to reference.
It looks like mine's there to me. I see it, but
really,
I see a life path.
I see the life path.
So that's the life path tab, right?
Yeah, and I see that you have most of it filled out. And then I don't see the roll life path, which we talked about using the player notes to do the roll specific life path.
Roll life path. Maybe
It
I
was
have
right after life path.
So when you go to set life path, it doesn't have the roll life path in the set life path.
Correct. And we were going to use player notes because of that. Because they didn't have
so
that.
you want us to put that information in the player notes?
Yeah, if we could, just so that you guys have a nice place to reference it, and I can use that to help flesh out the story. I like incorporating your characters into the world more. Just makes it feel more like you're actually part of it, and it matters, right?
Okay.
But yeah, I'm so
now I gotta
stoked
find
to get this
where
going.
I saved all of that.
Yeah, that's part of why I want to get it in there and get it saved too, so that we don't have to worry about where is it. But I will say, the Forge did a beautiful job about letting you just select your folder and just uploading everything, and it put everything in the right place, imported the world, and it was good to go. So that's why I didn't know if we'd be able to do this, because I didn't know how long that would take. I'd never done it or anything. And with the internet upgrade happening and then them getting on the ball, and like they were really responsive, I am so thankful. And we were able to get that up and going, and just it's beautiful. It's great. I am so pleased with it. It is terrific. And it seems like it's working really smooth for everyone too, which is awesome.
Okay, so that's where...
You said mine came through.
I said what?
Mine came through to roll in the life path.
Let me look. No, your player notes are not there. The life path is there, but the roll life path is not. So basically the tech life path.
Where am I going in Foundry to do this?
Is what?
Where am I going in Foundry to do this?
Foundry, you go under your character, you go life path, and then under player notes, we can put the role-based life path there. As
So like under the what I'm looking at now, like I've like players where it shows all the players.
yeah, so right here.
Okay. Right, where? Okay, so if I go in there and I click on my name,
Yes. So you would click on your player
yeah, it just shows my character.
life path.
All right, so if I click on the life path tab at the bottom of the character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
it populates.
It populates
Okay.
with player notes.
Yeah, like everything's there. Oh, not notes. That's under reputation, right?
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
then, like on the other side, like cultural origin, language, personality.
Yeah, that's the
etc.
general life path that everyone has. And then you have the role-specific life path that we didn't have a place to put.
Okay.
That we'll use the player notes for.
Oh, I
that
get
way
it.
you
All
can
right,
do
yeah. All right, yeah.
Because
Mine should be there.
I don't know
Wait,
why.
it's in the operative status.
It's what?
That's where it's under operative status.
Okay, you put it all there. Okay,
Mhm.
not a problem. I was leaving those two somewhat detached because I didn't know if people wanted to put
Yeah.
all of their role there, their life path, role life path.
Sure.
I figured that would be more a place where you guys can basically control what law enforcement or something would have easily pulled up about you. If they're like, hey, this person's name, pop up, this is what they see, this is all the details on this person. They're this size, this weight, this eye color. They're known to be in league with these guys, and these guys are their enemies, and they've committed these crimes. Pick them up, avoid them, details like that. Kind of a rap sheet. So yeah, we can just copy that right over.
So I think I'm making a change right now. I think hang on. Let me see if I made it in the right spot. Where do I save it? Just click out of it.
And I am fairly pleased with this little nice landing page terminal. I kind of like how it gives you that kind of in-world feel for
I think I got
accessing
it.
info.
So under reputation player notes, I've got the
Perfect.
the role specific life path in there now.
Sweet. That's perfect.
Okay.
Ooh. Chapter 2 is going to be good for you. Yes, I already have some plans for Chapter 2. It's just funny, some details, and I'm like, oh wait, that'll work well. And I'm already having some other connections going to show up from some of your guys' backgrounds and stuff in some of the chapters, which is going to be so much fun.
Sweet.
Well, that's why I find those details helpful, because I can be like, okay, that's going to work perfect. All right, this is going to fit in over here. We're going to have this line up. This person's going to show up because of this. It's great.
Okay, so let's close that and see if that took. Yeah, so it looks like mine's in there now.
Perfect.
And it's just the, is it 6 questions? It's just
Yeah.
6 questions, right?
I think so. Yeah, it wasn't that many. It was just some role-specific ones to kind of give you the background of how you've gotten to rank 4 in your role, right? You wouldn't just instantly jump there. But that's a good starting point for a character because they're a competent character. So that's perfect.
Hey Matt, how did you get your character picture on your camera?
On this,
Yeah.
there, pointing the wrong way. So I wasn't able to join this video via my camera. It just
Okay.
wouldn't load my camera. So what I did is I went into OBS
Oh, okay.
and I made a
Made a scene.
virtual
There you go.
a virtual thing, and so this is actually OBS.
Yeah.
So that's on OBS.
That's the reason why I tried to I shared the file and it was my character and I was gonna put it on mine, but
So I can actually show you things like my game overlay
cool.
and my Be Right Back screen. So yeah.
Yeah, I've done that too. So.
Yeah, I can do that with the green. If I had to take off the green screen, but I can do that too. Or how do you turn off the green screen again? Oh, here we go.
It's that cogwheel.
And I use XSplit VCAN, and then I can move him
Cool.
as well. And it doesn't take too much to purchase it. Then I can do it right on the fly, which is cool.
Nice. And yeah, I'm so glad, dude. The internet upgrade is making this stream go so much cleaner. Getting it out there on the Forge is making it where the resources are a lot easier for you guys to pull down and do what you need. This is going to work a lot better. That's awesome.
It's amazing what you can do when you know that you have a different provider available to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they even admitted, like, yeah, no, it's better in your area. I don't know why no one told you you could get better internet already. That would have been.
Get a call from those retention people.
Right.
Yeah.
But hey, it worked out. We got it now. The only thing I need to have them do is bury it. They actually put the box on the other side of the house away from all the other clutter and disgust,
Cool.
which I need to strip down the wire on the outside of the house because the previous people just put a wire around the outside of the house. So it's not even through the attic or anything. The old internet literally had to run around the house on the line and down in, and I'm like, it's so ugly and terrible. Yeah. Yeah. So he actually put a new box and everything up on that side of the house, and he's like, yeah, they're going to come out and bury it for you. It's all great. It's all going to be taken care of. No problems. It's like, this is so much better than what the last guy who came out with the same company I had to deal with was.
So, tip. Be careful where you dig, like, I don't know if you, like, shovel, like, dig things, like, whenever I was doing, like, landscaping in my yard,
Yeah.
I had to, like, dig up, like, some things.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck am I hitting? And I, like, pushed it and it went all the way through. Yeah, I cut my cable line. So I had no internet for a week.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know that well. I actually was mad because I found a cable in the back that the dogs dug up and bit a hole through. I was like, oh no. Oh good, it doesn't do anything. We have no problems. Okay, well, I guess we didn't need that one.
And then I've run it over with a lawnmower. They didn't bury it deep enough. Like I ran over it with a lawnmower.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go out and make sure they buried it deep enough. Like, they're actually going to cut along the seam in the driveway and bury it underneath that as well, and then seal that back up, and then it's going to be dug across the yard into there. But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to go out and make sure they did it. The guy has it a good half foot below the surface where he put the box. So, I mean, you don't usually need to dig half a foot down for things. And where he's putting it, I don't plan on doing any landscaping anyways. It's right through the middle of the front yard. Just leave it grass. And
nice. Good.
The only thing that's going to be there is going to stay there is the tree. There's a tree there. If I get really motivated, put flowers or something there to make the wife happy. But, I mean, that's not going to be anywhere near the line. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm thrilled with this.
There you go.
So, yeah. I had to make sure I told her as well, because it's in her office, the router where it connects. Yeah. And I told her, make sure this nice white line here that's nice and looped and stuff, make sure it doesn't get bent.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, it's fiber line. If it gets broke, our internet dies.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's out of the way. Don't worry about it. I'm just telling you so the kids don't touch it. Yeah.
And that's bad. It means it's dead.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was telling her, right? Don't let the kids mess with it.
Yeah.
This wire needs to not be bent. Now, it's not like you bend it just a little bit and it breaks. I mean, you do have to snap it.
Yeah, you have to grip it, and that's not.
So it's not like it's going to happen because someone accidentally bumps it, right? They're going to actually need to bend it to crimp it to make that happen. Yeah. So it's so much smoother. I had 6 streams going simultaneously last night while I was getting all this stuff set up, and they were all working smooth. So that's nice. And I mean, seriously, we barely dropped under 6K much tonight, bit rate, and so I am excited.
Yeah, fiber's like legit.
Yeah.
Fiber's great.
Yeah. And technically, we could get 5 times the speed if I wanted to pay a lot more money, but
yeah, no need.
I don't think I need that. So, well, cool. Any other questions or thoughts, gentlemen?
I'm good.
Cool. Usually we'll be going later, but like I said, I mainly want to test this, make sure we're all ready to go. So for that session, we're ready to go. On that topic, I know for Matt, you mentioned that today works better for you at this time than tomorrow.
It does, but if I have notice, I can do the other day.
That's precisely what we're
but-
doing now. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure we get it figured out between the four of us now. I want to get it set and get it not changing so everyone's on the same page. We're all ready to go. I know that Dimension that you have your once a month game. And so we could do this game all Saturdays except once a month. Or we can do
I
every
think
other month.
our next game is the 11th. We've got a couple Saturdays until then.
Yeah.
We just kind of schedule it when we can. So our next one is February 11th. Is the plan right now.
Okay.
Which is interesting. I'll know Tuesday. Currently, we're scheduled for the February 3rd, Friday. So I'll be busy that weekend, but it's not.
Oh, yeah.
That weekend, it's going to be rescheduled for this Friday coming up or next. So one of the next 2 weekends, I definitely won't be able to play.
Oh, absolutely, man. No, I totally get you there. If we need
but
to,
yeah,
we can either do something else, or we can wait till you're back, or we can play without you if you want. It's kind of, I leave that somewhat up to the group as well. What does everyone want to do, right? But I want to try to get things, get the schedule kind of set so that we can not do shorthand on anyone, because I get you, Matt, on that. Like, I don't like short notice on things. Totally get it. And so that's why I wanted to try to get it figured out and pegged down tonight. And then we can also let our viewers know when to show up every time to come hang out with us and see it. And I want that consistency.
on that is really good, yeah.
Yes.
I'm fine with like Saturdays. Like Saturday night.
Saturdays.
Well, you're Sunday, Matt, but yeah, Saturdays.
Yeah, well, it's Sunday for me, but I'm just in the future. It's fine.
He's that Aussie future there. And that's what I'm trying to be considerate with it, man. I know, and I really appreciate that you're willing to do it, but I also understand that aspect to it. So, Raven, Dimension, you guys good with Saturdays?
Yep, just as long as I can take at least one off a month
Yes.
and do my monthly game, then I'm cool with it.
Yes, I'm aware of that, and we will work with that and make it work. I just want to make sure, otherwise we got it all set. Then what we'll do is we will say, viewers, be here every Saturday for this wonderful game. We will be starting, it'll be 8:30 Eastern. Gives us time to get everything up and set and answer any questions we need to before we get things going. And then we will play, and then every week we'll be here. If we are not, I post it in the Discord so we know the 1 week off. And we will let Dimension put in our Discord chat when that is so that we all know. Does that work for everyone?
Yes.
Works for me.
Cool. Then that's our plan. Excellent, excellent. Jarl, thank you for the overlay. It is beautiful, my dude. I'm loving it. It fits so nice.
Yeah.
So great. I'm so pleased with it.
Absolutely preem.
And yeah, I think that's what we'll call it for tonight, because that's kind of where we needed to get to. Thank you guys for being here. Be sure to tune in next Saturday, where we find out what happened to these wonderful crew as they find out where they are and what is going on with all their stuff missing. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you all then. I'm random
Oh,
access.
there's nothing in there?
Who are you?
It
Is
came
it
up
all
again, random
disappeared?
access, so I guess it's not so random.
Oh, damn, it happened to you again, dude?
Okay,
Oh,
that's her
man.
name. Random.